Shipoi, how are you doing? Hey, in this video, 7 ways to remember your sole purpose here on planet Earth. So currently I'm in Richmond Park, southwest London. There are always a lot of parrots around here. They always make very interesting sounds. But anyway, let's dive straight into this video. Now, first of all, why is this important to remember your sole purpose? The thing is, so many of us, we wander around and ask ourselves if we have like a special mission here, like a God-given purpose. Or even worse, when we don't express ourselves, when we don't express our ideas, beliefs, feelings, thoughts, emotions, things that interest us, if we don't express our joy, then what happens? The opposite of self-expression is depression. And so many people right nowadays struggle with depression, not because they have been through so much of trauma, but because they are missing out on purpose or a goal in their life. So that's why I've made this video, so you can remember your sole purpose and feel more connected, feel more engaged with your life. The first one is to stop searching for something outside of you. Right? So nowadays we live in a digital economy. There are so many YouTubers and bloggers and vloggers and Instagrammers, that they do their thing, and for us it makes us feel like, okay, so doing that thing will bring happiness, right? That could make me happy. Well, maybe for them, but probably not for you. Maybe for you it's in another way. And I think the biggest accomplishment what you can achieve in life is when you can connect with your own true self, with your own authenticity, and that is to go within to figure out what is that you want to express. Don't become a copycat and trying to find for things outside of you and try to do that because maybe that could make you happy, but find a way to connect with your true self. Number 2, make a very conscious decision to decide if you want to survive or if you want to thrive. I mean, so many of us, we label or we react to shame or guilt on ourselves because we believe we are not worthy to stand in our truth or to ground ourselves in the world. Make our values and share these values with the world so it can also benefit another. Instead, we make ourselves little, we make ourselves invisible, right? And this is also a very big one for me because I've been doing this for so many years because I always felt like I'm here to survive. I don't belong here. I don't know my values. I don't know my worth, and that's why I was always hiding. And if I want to get something better, I was trying to find ways, to control, manipulate, and trying to get it from others, which makes me feel very ashamed and guilty. And that's why I started to really withdraw into myself, and don't really come up with my worth and with my values, and go for a very low paying job. So that's really number 2, is make a very conscious decision if you want to thrive or if you want to survive. Number 3, create a goal that's going to improve your life, okay? And accept that goal, of course, to make that your number 1 priority. So now you have, made a very conscious decision to not to survive, but to start to thrive in your life. Then what is your number 1 priority that you would like to improve right now in your life? Is it maybe your health, your fitness? You choose for freedom. Is it maybe your finances? Then make like a commitment to improve your finances, maybe save more, make more, invest in more conscious ways that could multiply your income. Or maybe it's your work, your career, maybe you want to start a new business, maybe you want to improve your relationship, maybe you want to filter out maybe some toxic relationship in your life, and maybe you would like to connect with some new people and build some new friendships and relationships and what not. So let me know, what is it for you? What is your number 1 goal right now that you would like to commit to, that is going to uplift your life. All right, maybe a hobby you would like to embrace, to start learning, that could make you happier and more fulfilled and more satisfied in life. Let me know, just drop a comment below before we move on to number 4. Number 4, discover your passions. So now you have made a goal for yourself, what it is that you're going to commit to. Now you can start discovering your true passions in life. And passion, the word passion is an upwards emotion, but sometimes that comes from a down emotion. All right, so maybe your major challenges or struggles in life could actually become like a passion, like, okay, so you have found a solution for yourself, you have found the light through the darkness within your own life, and now you want to share that with the world. All right, of course that could come from a hobby, or maybe that passion could evolve into a business, or maybe you have been struggling with your health, your fitness, and now you made it your passion to commit to your health and fitness, or your relationships, or that sort of things. So discover your passions. What is it that you could do without any conditions or expectations, that you want something out of that? You just want to do it for yourself, for your own joy. It makes you present. The time flies by. All right, you could do it for hours and hours and hours without realizing you are doing that thing for hours and hours and hours. So my question for you right now, what is it that you think could be one of your passions? Let me know, drop a comment below. Number 5, make your passion your priority. You see, maybe you start to develop an interest or a curiosity, maybe in a new hobby or whatever, and your ultimate dream is actually to also, make a living out of that passion, or, out of that hobby, and just make your entire life around that single one thing, right? About that passion, and create abundance and financial abundance. And maybe right now that's maybe not your goal, but it would be very nice to also have that while you are doing something you truly enjoy and love to do. Now the thing is, where you are right now, you still have responsibilities, you have a job, you need to make sure that you put food on the table, the bills are being paid, and that sort of things. And when you are in a job, you're sometimes like, okay, I feel drained, I don't feel motivated, I don't feel energized, I feel tired, I feel exhausted. Then of course it's a big challenge to stay committed and make your number one passion your priority, and keep on moving so you can re-energize yourself doing that thing. Number 6, expect challenges, setbacks, disappointments, and all those things where you feel like, I'm not really quite sure about if this is really my passion. Maybe you have a grand vision for yourself, like an ultimate dream on how you would like to live your life and what you would like to achieve for yourself. And then you get started. For example, what I'm currently doing. I have background in home-based business, entrepreneurship, online marketing, and it just didn't really give me the satisfaction and the inspiration anymore. And I wanted to do something that's more creative, artistic, and I wanted to learn photography and cinematography. And with no previous education or knowledge or any of that kind of thing, I started to open up Adobe Premiere editing software, and I started to follow tutorials. And where I was, it was far away from creating more interesting videos and learning how to edit. And I saw these great landscape photographers and these kind of artists, and I was like, wow, I would like to create that. I would like to hike up the most beautiful remote epic landscapes, mountains and whatnot, and create these epic scenery footage. But then I got started, and what I noticed is that my footage was far away from looking something what I felt so inspired to do so. And I'm still far away from what I actually would like to achieve for myself. And of course I also got this grand vision that eventually, yes, I would like to make a full-time income with that and just travel and do whatever comes to me, live the world like in Pisces, go with the flow. But then I started uploading a YouTube video and no one is watching. No one seems to care. No one seems to engage. No one seems to interact with what I am doing. So eventually, you know, you have discovered one of your passions. You know, you feel like, yeah, yes, this is it. And now you want to share it with the world. You want to share it on your social media. And no one seems to care about your passions. And then you are a bit like, why I'm doing this? You know, I had this grand vision, but I don't really feel like really going after it. I don't really feel like chasing people down. Maybe that's how you would like to define it for yourself. And this is really just one example, of course. You know, that could be many ways, right? Maybe you have picked up the interest or your passion in fitness and you go and get started, and you have been in the gym working out 4 times, 5 times a week, and your body seems far away from your ultimate vision or any of that kind of things, right? So when we come across these challenges and setbacks and disappointments, we have disappointments. Why? Because we have an expectation. And when we expect something to happen, and when we don't meet that expectation, you know, we create like separation between where we are right now and where we would like to be. And what's very important is actually to go back to tip number 4, and that is, you know, embrace your passion. You know, go back to the feeling of simply create for the joy of creating, or just go and do that thing just for your own fulfillment, satisfaction, and that makes you feel very, very present, and then you can re-energize yourself and uplift yourself again. All right, so we only have 1 tip left, and I'm just going to move a little bit further, and then I will share that last tip with you before this video is going to be a wrap. Tip number 7: practice makes perfect. You know, if you start to embrace your passion, right, of course, you know, it comes back to, you know, expect challenges and difficulties and setbacks, because we have created now this grand vision, you know, for ourselves, this ultimate dream on how we would like to live. We get started and we start, you know, maybe you want to start a business and you have never worked for yourself before, you don't know anything about marketing, sales, entrepreneurship, and you go get started and you get rejected and you feel, you know, disappointed and you want to give up. But if you keep on going, if you keep on pushing, you know, eventually you start to develop these skills and you become better, you start to master the skills, and then, you know, eventually you get into the flow, and then, you know, things can take off for you. Right? So maybe you want to become an artist, maybe you feel inspired to create arts that could inspire millions of people around the globe, and you go get started, and you know, you don't really feel like your art is really getting recognized, and but if you keep on moving, if you keep on pushing, and, you know, embrace the journey and enjoy this process, that this process of never-ending improvement. Every time when you do something new, you know, you improving, and you know, that also could give you that feeling of satisfaction and fulfillment. And this really is something you would need to focus on in order to uplift your own spirit, to involve, you know, to involve your skill sets, but also, of course, your spirit. This is really like the last tip I would like to give you, and I would like to give this video now a wrap. But before I do this, I would like to ask you, what was the number 1 insight that you got out of this video? And what kind of passions would you like to pursue? Which one would you like to, you know, develop and such? So I'm very curious about that, and make sure to drop a comment below this video. Shapal here, take care for now, and I will see you in one of my next videos. Bye bye.